Hi everyone, it's Coach Adam Walker. I'm here with Elly Hoskin. Hair and makeup was off today, so we're just doing this on the fly.
We're
It's
in
morning,
PJs.
it's morning here in Switzerland, and we're just having our coffee and we're gonna have a little chat here. Elly just came off her second World Cup win. This time it was a 2-day event. Elly was in the top three, 8 out of the 9 stages. That ninth stage, just fourth by a tiny little margin, and won 3 of those stages. So we're going to talk today about some of the factors that went into that success: communication, training, mindset, and then I'll talk a little bit about Elly's philosophy about herself in sport moving forward, and messages for some up and coming riders as well. So welcome, Elly. Stoked to have you here today. I don't know if you can see out the window. Yeah, the Alps are right there. It's pretty spectacular. Um, but yeah, we had a little travel day yesterday, but we're here now. So let's get going here. This season you um really progressed. It's your first year as an elite.
Yeah.
Um, you've shown a lot of consistency in your results. You won earlier this year in Poland. Had some other great stage performances. I think you've been top 10 in every race that you've been in.
Hmm.
Yeah. You also won Crankworks.
Hmm.
That's amazing for a
Thank
first
you.
year elite rider. Um, how do you balance sticking to your training plan with also knowing when to modify things and change things on the fly?
Uh, well, I think I mean you kind of know sometimes before I do. Like if I'm on a call with you and I'm like kind of itching, I feel like you get a sense of that really quick, and you're really supportive of like, no, go do your trip, go do your fun ride with your friends, and that kind of always brings me back and makes me want to train more.
So balancing some fun stuff, filling your cup, so to
Hmm.
speak,
Yeah.
kind of like charges that battery and enables you to
Yeah.
do the hard work.
Like keeping the workout rides separate from the fun rides makes it like it's like biking keeps it as a hobby and like a job, but they're two separate things just on the same bike, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I can identify with that.
Yeah.
But I love riding bikes and I also do it for work. So,
Yeah.
there has to be that separation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've done a good job this year with like purposely building time to like have those fun trips and like take a few weeks off racing like in the middle of the
Yeah.
season.
So when you did a couple of fun trips,
Yeah.
where did you go? What fun things did you do that helped you like separate yourself from the competition, Ellie? You
Yeah.
talk about that race day persona,
Yeah.
that queen of speed that you become. How does Queen of Speed take a break? Where does she go? What does she do?
Yeah, and during the last little break that we had, I went to Sun Peaks to watch DH Nationals, and that was super fun because I mean, Sun Peaks is just a really great place to like ride and like feel really good on the bike because it's just like everything's so fast and it works really well. So it was like really confidence building, and then it was just like fun to spectate and like just be on the other side. And I was like, man, like racing is cool from this side as well, and like seeing other people do their thing. I was like, man, like what we do is really cool, and that really filled my cup. And
You have
then
lots of friends competing there too, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just like really nice to watch everyone and like be the cheerleader
Yeah.
and like yeah, because I mean I have people do that for me, and so it's nice to be on the other side of
Yeah.
things. And yeah, then I did a Chillicothe Mountains trip, which was really cool and just kind of filled that adventure cup and not like the bike park cup. And yeah, it was just nice to kind of get back to my roots a bit and just
Yeah.
like go wandering and hike biking for 2 days. And
Yeah. How does that challenge of being out in the wilderness and doing those big epic hike bikes and you know challenging yourself in that arena compare to how you challenge yourself on a racetrack on a race day?
it's different. It's less scary and more of like you're not scared of like the actual risk. I feel like I get nervous on those big days with like you're just going to be sitting in an uncomfortable position for a long time, like with yourself, because you're out there for 8 hours, and it's like, it's really just you and your mind kind of
Right.
battling versus like on a racetrack, it's like it more feels like you're fighting like the track, or if you let it be the other racers, it can be the other racers sometimes too. And it's like, or the conditions, and like, so doing those big adventure rides, I feel like is a really nice way to like connect with like how just my thoughts when I'm
Right.
riding or doing something long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that allows you just that, we talk about this sometimes in training, we have like the deliberate practice and the deliberate play.
Totally. Yeah.
And so how does, so obviously that deliberate practice, the skill development, the interval
Mm.
training, zone work, power development, it's time in the gym, that's all very deliberate.
Yeah.
And then how does that play? I mean, you probably kind of touched on a couple things, but like, how do you think that the play part, like the big Chilcotin's days or riding another park, how does that help your skill development? Like you talked about the mental side of it, but how does it help your actual riding?
I think like I guess like from an emotional point, it like the whole time I was in the Chilcotin's, I was like, we were seeing like all these people come up here, and you're out of service, and it's like it's really cool to just like, and I felt just really grateful to like have the fitness to like be able to like be safe in
Okay.
like those places, and like walk myself up that mountain and then ride down. Like not everybody gets to do that, so that made me really excited to like, even if I wasn't training, it's like, well, I just want to be like a healthy enough person to like do this and see these
Yeah.
things. So that was really cool. And then like also just like riding like shitty horse trough mining trails blind at like Mach 10 with your buddies is like really is really good for like practicing keeping your eyes up, because it's like those trails don't work, and it's like, and the sand is different, and it's like unpredictable, and it's just like good trail reading, I think.
So it helps you trust your intuition, but also become more intuitive
Yeah,
when
totally.
reading a trail.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
find like the Chicagoans are like pretty good for European practice, because
Right. Okay.
it's like it looks like it's gonna be a sit corner, sit corner, and then there's a tree on the exit, and it's really tight, and you're
Right.
like, okay, and you kind of start to like
Yeah.
anticipate that, and but the breaking points are different because the sand's moving under you, and it's
I mean, some of those trails have been there
yeah,
since the gold rush. Like they're not purpose
exactly,
built mountain
yeah,
bike trails.
no, they're not,
Yeah.
none of them are, yeah,
Yeah.
and
A
so
lot like Europe.
a lot like Europe,
These trails have been here for hundreds of years,
yeah,
some of them.
yeah,
Yeah. And
totally.
you're racing on them. Cool. Um, kind of going back to training, what are some good examples of times when we've decided like on the fly to modify a workout, or like
I
what some of the signs maybe even that would tell you like, hey, I just like today's not the day for those intervals.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty bad at like knowing. I'm pretty bad at that, to be honest. Like I suck at calling it when I should. And like I think I was telling you the other day, it's like I finished a workout set, and I called it before the last one because I was like I felt my effort kind of starting to fade, and then I forgot to skip it on my Garmin. So as I was like commuting up to the trail I was gonna ride home, my interval started, and I was like, well, I guess I should go because it started on my computer. But yeah, I think I don't know, I'm getting better at it, but, it's hard to know to stop when you're feeling good, because 'cause
Mhm.
you're like, "Oh, if I'm feeling good, I should do another one," but it's like, you kinda get used to the sense of, like, "Okay, if I started to fade towards the end of that one, I'm gonna start fading earlier on the next one," and then you just end up, like, stretching out your recovery time versus, like, actually
Right.
nailing the workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
So what's an element of your training, a strength that you really leaned into this year to enhance?
that's it,
Like we're
yeah.
talking we got like strengths and we got,
Mhm.
opportunities for improvement. Like obviously we can't only work on the weaknesses, we got to enhance the strengths as well. So
I think Well, I think what we were kind of talking about earlier, like with like my favorite part of training is the gym, and so like I think we kind of like we did that really well this year, but it was also like a bit of rehab for my foot, and so it probably wasn't as optimal as we wanted it to be. And then working on like my weaknesses would be like, I mean, we stuck in like a VO2 block because it's like I have that power, I have that endurance, but like that like 3 1 minute kind of power and like doing that multiple times was like I think a little bit missing.
Hmm.
And now I feel like that's probably one of my strengths now. And now we can kind of pick another weakness to work on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you did a really great job of kind of balancing because we had that mid-season break,
Mm.
and we were
Yeah.
able to identify, okay, here's a block where we can really work on some stuff. You got back in the gym after being in
Yeah.
Europe and kind of just doing maintenance for
Yeah. That was humbling.
quite a lot of time. So back in the gym,
Yeah.
moving some weight really quickly, and then out on the bike,
Mm.
really snappy, short
Yeah.
efforts, and then also some sustained
Yeah. Like
three
all
to
my
five
least
minute
favorite
efforts. Like,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, um,
Just
we've really brought that up.
yeah. I think so. And like I definitely felt like I mean in Crankworks and in Montreal last week, like I felt like I was able to like I mean, I felt like I was just making mistake after mistake, and I'm just like just pedaling my way out of it, and like was really grateful, like especially on top of the world, like it came through my head. I was like, man, I am so glad that I'm like fit enough to like make that mistake and then like get back up to speed by working for it. Like,
Because the mistakes are inevitable, aren't they?
yeah,
Everyone's going to make mistakes.
yeah, it's how you respond, right?
Yeah.
Like, so that, yeah, I definitely felt that in Craig Person this week, just like with those really long physical stages where you're just like coming in hot and you're like, I missed that breaking point. It's gonna happen. Yeah.
So in the week leading up to a big race, like say Crankworks or like this
Mm,
past weekend in Montreal, how does your mindset shift from like everyday Ellie into race
yeah.
mode? Like where does your brain go? What kind of thoughts are you trying to perpetuate, and what are you focusing on?
I think I think I'm just trying to like feel good, but the more I race, the more it's like I actually can spend less time preparing mentally for it because it just like it just becomes routine. And I
Okay.
just kind of like automatically switch into that by like planning doing my checklist and it's like it just takes that much less effort every time that I can just kind of cruise into a race weekend.
Okay.
But like I've been doing it for a few years now where I've been like super diligent with that. And I'm so glad that like I had you pushing me to do that in the first couple of years of U21. Like make your checklist, write your rollout time and work backwards to like when you're gonna wake up and everything you need to do and everything you need to put in your bag and like plan your fueling and make a practice plan and now those things I'm just like it's just autopilot and so it takes less energy to get the same
Yeah. So
preparedness.
did that take a lot of your bandwidth when we started doing it? Did it feel overwhelming?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and like I'm a pretty like anxious person when it comes to like like time planning. I
Mm.
find like I'm like I was 10 minutes early to everything and like I'm trying to like buffer like extra time for every step of the way. So sometimes it's like I'm waking up far too early and now it's like now I can like wake up at an appropriate time and I know how long each step takes.
Okay.
But it's like and so it's gotten shorter over the years too, but I'm still getting the same amount of stuff done on the day before the race or
Okay.
the day before practice.
How long, so how long did it take you from like the time we started making those race plans? How long would you say it took before it just became like, this is just what I do? I'm not thinking about it. It's just I know
Yeah.
this is a necessary piece of it and it has to happen or else.
I mean, if I started racing in like Enduro in what 2022, 20 end of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably this year it's like clicked.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Like
worth the effort.
I'd say. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like because it leaves I leave nothing up to chance and it's it's easy now to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Um, during most this past weekend's race, you had 3 stage wins, 8 top 3 stages. I don't think anybody else came even close. I haven't actually checked the stats, but
Yeah.
I don't think any of your competitors did that. Was there a specific moment where your mindset kind of took over more than your legs or more than your body, your technical skills, or like was there a moment where you're like, okay, this is up to me and what I decide?
Yeah. I think well, the 2-day format was interesting because I was forced to like know my standing and know my gaps, and like I think I've gotten a lot better at like dealing with knowing my results this year, even though I prefer not to. It's like, yeah, you got to be okay with it sometimes too. Because you'll like, you'll get forced to drop last, and you're like, well,
Right.
it would kind of be stupid to drop last without and like send your life if you have like a minute gap. You know what I mean? Like tactically, it makes a bit more sense now. I feel like, and I can handle that now. But I think my mindset, like, I mean, I really struggled in practice with like finding the flow, which I usually do, and like you were really kind to remind me. You're like, this is kind of what you do. Like you always
Struggle in practice.
yeah, you always struggle in practice just to put it together in the race. It's like why would you turn it on for 4 days when you can turn it on higher for 2, right?
Right.
Like, and I think that was really, really good advice because like it was a behemoth of a race,
Yeah.
like those 2
So
days.
so let's just maybe sidestep for a second and
Yeah.
like talk to people because maybe not everybody's familiar with the 2-day format. So,
Yeah.
enduro for many years, the classic EWS style was you had one stage on day one and
Yeah.
then the bulk of the race on day two.
Right.
Then they kind of went to a one day format
Yeah.
where it would be practice day, rest day, race day.
Yeah.
And now there's still some of those, but there's
Yeah.
also the 2-day format.
Yeah.
And what does that look like?
It's really different, and I think um I mean the first race of the year we had in finale was our first 2-day.
And so what does the schedule look like on that 2-day?
It'll be Thursday, Friday, you'll practice day 1 and day 2, and then you'll race day 1 and day 2 on
So
Saturday, Sunday.
so really it's a 4-day
It's a 4-day.
stage race,
Yeah.
essentially.
Pretty much.
And how much vertical
I
are
think
you riding each day?
each day, I mean, this last weekend we were doing over 1,000 both days.
It was like 1,500.
It was like 1,500 one day, and then the second day I think was like closer to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2,700 twice.
Yeah, for like
So
1,
it's
2,
over
3,
5,000 meters of climbing in 4 days.
Yeah, so we kind of
Maybe
becomes
most riders would struggle just to get through that,
Yeah.
let alone
Yeah.
race it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like our transfers weren't lax either. Like we were moving like the whole like I mean on practice it was pretty chill. You just kind of had to move through the day pretty slowly, but yeah, when it came race day, both days we were kind of like both of the first climbs I think I was in like zone 4 for the majority of it, just to get to the stage with 10 minutes to
So
like cool down and then warm up again.
so there's a huge physical component to it.
Absolutely.
And
then you
that
got
must be
sprint.
hard. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you've got it. Yeah, you have to do like these massive days on the bike.
Yeah.
5-hour
Yeah.
pedaling days, 6 hours maybe, start to finish.
Yeah. And then an explosive effort
And
in
then
between.
massive efforts mid-race that you have to recover from, and then like do like an hour climb.
Yeah. How sick.
Yeah.
I love this sport.
It's madness. It's madness. I was talking to one of your friends we were having dinner with the other night. Henry, he was talking.
Yeah.
He was trying to because he comes from a rugby background.
Yeah.
And he was talking about comparing what we do to what he did playing rugby, and he was trying to explain it to some of his mates, and they were just like in disbelief that you would be out there riding
like 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah.
With like climbs where you're at threshold for 40 minutes, 50
Yeah.
minutes, an hour, and then dropping in, doing like these VO2 efforts with sprints, and then the second you get to the bottom of that, you got to do another hour climb. Like,
Yeah, there was like I wasn't stopping at the
yeah,
bottom of these stages. It was like
there's
roll
no
through,
time to rest.
goggles off as you're pedaling, like, and then just like hit a zone
Yeah.
3 tempo
And so
climb.
how, so then, when you have no time to stop and rest, it's one stage into the next, into the next. How do
Yeah.
you fuel and hydrate?
It was with great advice. But I think the fueling and hydration is something that I still need to dial in a bit, but I think I think I learned a lot in Crankworks by like making myself so sick with sour candies and gels the whole time to like mix up where the carbs are coming from this week. So um yeah, I basically ate as much as I could for practice. That was like comfortable.
Of real food or a mix of real food
It was
and
more real food.
pure
Like I had a
sugar?
sandwich and like maybe 3 bars throughout the day and like and no gels. Like I was saving my gels a little bit and they just don't make me like that's not what I'm craving on a
Right.
practice day. So it was peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Okay.
And then on race day, banana in the start gate, like the rollout, and then yeah, I was kind of just like drinking and eating starting about like 30 minutes into the climb because it was a little like usually I'd probably eat every hour, but because of the way that the liaison fit with the stages, I was trying to buffer like how far I was eating based on when I had to drop into the
Right.
stage.
So that you making sure that that energy was hitting your bloodstream by the time you
Yeah.
had to like drop a bomb.
So I was probably eating like earlier than I wanted to on the climb. So it was probably like 30 minutes in, and then I had a gel like about 20 minutes from the
Okay.
start of each stage. And I kind of just repeated that like at the bottom of the stage, I'd get some solid food in me, like a bar or something, and then like closer to the top, I would have like some like pure
Right.
sugar. It's just so I was like ready to go. And that way I wasn't hungry ever and I wasn't like dipping ever because it was like they were just kind of going like that.
Little
Like
bits,
the
little
sugar,
bits more
the
often.
sugar and the food was kind of just like
Yeah.
chasing each other, and so that really helped my stomach this week.
And did you as you went later into the race, did that shift to more kind of refined
Yeah,
fuels?
like I definitely had more like on day 2 of racing, so day 4 of the whole thing, I was having like applesauce as like my real
Right.
food,
Okay.
and I think I probably ate like maybe 1.5 bars instead
Okay.
of like a bar of stage,
Okay.
and it was like gummies and gels and applesauce and a lot of scratch.
So how has your fueling strategy shifted over the last couple of years? I think, from just like
Yeah.
getting, first of all, like just trying to get enough calories in
Mm,
to then the types of fuel and I guess you
yeah.
kind of explained that already, but how important is that shift? Like,
I think just like the more I know, the more the better it gets, but it is overwhelming sometimes and sometimes you're just like limited on resources and you just have to make do. But yeah, so I usually try and bring enough stuff from home,
mhm,
but like I mean last weekend I blew through most of my stuff, so we're gonna have to sort something else out for this week,
yeah,
which is like fine because it's like I've had to do that before
right,
and I know what works. But like yeah, when I started working with you, I think I was really struggling to eat solid food when I was riding. And that's like something that I've kind of like started to do again this year with like I wouldn't be able to eat bars like when I was racing. I don't know if you remember this, but it was like it was only applesauce
hmm,
or like sour candy
yeah,
and that was it. And that was okay because I was like I don't know, I was young and I could get through the day like that and then just like shovel my face when I'm finished. But like looking back now, it's like it can be optimized, and that's why we do it differently
yeah,
now because I just know more.
right,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I think also racing at a higher level,
demands.
like competing against the best in the
Yeah,
world, so you
why wouldn't you step it up?
you
Yeah,
gotta step things up.
yeah, yeah. You kind of gotta get with the times a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. Um, so how do you frame success on a race weekend? Like w- w-
That's good.
how do things have to go for you to say, yeah, that was successful? And what
It's
parts of your performance are you looking at?
it's tough because it's like, I mean, what we do is comparing yourself to other people, but you can't fall for that trap because it sucks, and you never win if you fall for that trap.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you actually win. You know what I mean?
Okay. So like
Like you
so
you can win without winning if you compare it to yourself, but if you're comparing to other people, you only win if you get gold. You know what I mean? And that's fleeting,
mhm.
and that's just result based worth, and that sucks. So I think this year it was really cool and like a little bit twisted and backwards, I found, because it's like I felt way less pressure coming into league because no one was expecting me to do anything.
Wait a second, say that again. You felt less pressure coming into elite than you did as a U21.
Totally, because in U21 I was like, I felt like it was expected I podium
Right.
because I was.
So
People just
self-imposed and external
I think
pressure.
though it was kind of so it kind of felt like it like a waste of a race if I wasn't on the podium. Like that
Okay.
that became like the goal.
Right.
And then
That would have been a dangerous place
super,
to stay.
super dangerous. And then so coming into elite, I was like, oh, like it would like at the first race, my goal was to make it into A group, which is top 15. And then and then I didn't know that they bump up the first and second U21s into A group. So I just got put in A group.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, well, let's just make the goal to stay in A group.
Okay.
And then I think I was sitting in ninth at the end of day one, which is top 10. And then I was like, okay, well, let's stay in the top 10. Like, let's make that the goal. But those were my result goals and my outcome goals. But like, really, from like where I was at that point, I was like, if I can finish this race, that would be sick. Like, that race was so hard. And I was just like, I don't know, I was just having a rough go that week. And I was like sick and just kind of down. And yeah, so I was like, I was stoked I made it through. And I was like, man, based on everything else that was happening, the fact that we put a race together and like on paper, like pretty good to me,
Yeah.
I was like I truly had tried my hardest and it was really hard. And so that made it feel really fulfilling.
Okay.
And so like that became kind of what I was chasing. I was like, well, if you give your best effort, the result is what it is. Like you can't like truly you can't make an excuse and say that you tried your hardest. Those cancel
Right.
out.
They
To
can't
they
coexist.
can't coexist. Like if you really tried your hardest and you fail, like that just is what it
But is
is.
that failure?
No, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, you can't give 100% and be like, oh, it was because this happened.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
So
you take
being
that in.
so accepting the result, whatever it is,
Yeah,
as long as you like check the boxes of the things you wanted to accomplish, that's success, is what
totally.
you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it really just like a race weekend, as long as it feels like I've like overcome something
Okay.
and like, and just truly just given my best, then it's like, I mean, I'll always be shattered if I gave my best, which is
Yeah.
kind of that feeling that I love from racing. It's like you finish, you're cracked, you're like, I need a soda and a pizza as soon as possible. Like that's like I just love that feeling. And like I kind of love like the 4 day races have really brought that back and like brought back the like camaraderie of like within the people too. It's like everyone's just stoked to finish now because they're
Right.
that hard. And that's been cool to see. Like everyone kind of managed
Mhm.
and like bonk together and like finish
You're
together
really in it
and
together,
like
even though you're racing
yeah,
together. So, sometimes I think we talk about like mindset wise, we talk about like the root word of compete is to rise together.
yeah,
Do you feel like that particularly with this harder races in the 2 day format that,
yeah,
that you're really pushing
yeah,
each other
totally.
with
And
your competitors? Yeah.
yeah, I had like a really nice moment with like the girls on in Montreal last week, like riding from stage 8 to stage 9. We had this one last like big old transfer. It was like fairly tight, so we were like we're cruising pretty fast, and someone puts on like Unwritten or Pocket Full of Sunshine or something, and we're
Mhm.
all just like singing. And I was like, this is pretty cool. And then like the group started to spread out, and then someone was like, oh no, let's keep it let's keep everyone together. And then we're talking like lines for the last stage. We're like, so what's everyone doing in this like crazy corner? And we're like, oh yeah, okay, I think that's like the better decision. So we're like, we're all helping each other. There's no
That's
like,
amazing.
it was pretty cool. And I was like, I'm like, I know I'm leading at that point, and I'm like, I'm talking to Rafa, who I like don't know what the gap is, but I know she's chasing me.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you going low in this rut? I'm like, I think you just got like I think we have to take that hit and like go low in that rut and like just pedal out of it. Cause like I don't think the inside's the better option. And we're like really discussing this together. And like we kind of
And
just
you guys
came.
are you're fighting for the
Yeah.
win. I think at that point too, you're separated by 1 second, but you didn't know that.
No, this was
Oh,
after
yeah,
stage eight. So I
okay.
knew I had put down
Oh,
a
okay,
good
okay,
stage
okay.
eight, but I didn't know like
How good?
how good. So yeah, like maybe that was like stupid on my part. I should have held my cards close to my chest, but like that's not the spirit of it to
Right.
me. Like enduro is like so social, and it's like you just want everybody to finish, I think.
What an amazing perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not worth
So,
it if it's not. Like enduro would be so lame if you weren't pedaling with everyone.
yeah.
Like,
There's just like
yeah.
multiple individual time
Oh,
trials
can
all
you
the
imagine if you had to like pedal each liaison by yourself and you didn't get to like come down to the bottom and like check with everyone? You're like, that was really hard, right? And
Yeah.
you just had to be like, was that really hard just for me? Like, I love that the women, we all come down, and every time, every conversation that I have with people in the liaison is just kind of like checking, like, kind of like litmus testing how hard it was for
Right.
everyone. And like to be like, yeah, like that sucked for you too. Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Then I think I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Like that kind of check. I think
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really important to
Cool.
me.
Cool.
I forget what the question was.
We're talking about framing success.
Oh yeah, um, yeah. Just your internal effort. If you feel like
Yeah.
you gave it all, and like giving it all doesn't mean perfection either. It's like you can. It's like how you respond to like the mistakes. Like
Okay.
I did not ride perfectly clean in Crankworks, in Poland, in Morion. Like there was lots of mistakes, but it was like the way I was able to respond to them was like bounce up, like you crush, bounce up, turn your bars around, go, like,
Right.
and try harder. And I think those mistakes almost make it sweeter because it's
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad always used to say, there's a reason the rearview mirror and you're when you're driving, the rearview mirror is this
Yeah.
big and the windshield
Yeah.
is that big.
Totally.
It's like you gotta look, you
Yeah.
glance backwards, but you gotta look ahead. And so
Totally.
being able to like get back on and move forward is
Yeah.
really key.
And reset between stages
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Between stages for sure. When it comes to communication between us, coach, athlete,
Mm.
how important is the day-to-day communication? Things like logging training peaks, good
Yeah.
comments, like objective comments, not so
Yeah.
much like telling me the story of where you went and like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I think well, I think step one, upload immediately.
it's important.
I'm
I gotta
like,
say, I
yeah.
can't if I don't know what you did, it's really hard to coach you.
Yeah, totally. And then I think like it's gotten better as like I've gotten to know myself better and like how I respond to training and like
Mhm.
what that feeling equals like. And it's kind of just been like me being like I feel this way and you explaining what that actually is, and then me taking that in and being like, okay, now I know that this isn't necessarily bad. I just kind of know what it is. I can just explain it better to you. So it's kind of like educating and then me analyzing and then like throwing it back to you, and it
Right.
just kind of goes like this. But I mean, like we don't talk every day, we don't
No.
call every week. Sometimes like it really depends like how good I'm feeling, and then I usually call you a little bit too late and when things are falling apart and you're like whoa, 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 like you're still okay. And like I can be better about that. But I think like as I've gotten to know like my rate of perceived exertion, and like you just kind of learn through experience a little bit. And
Yeah.
then like when I'm able to be like more transparent with you, the more help I've gotten from it. And like sometimes if it's like pretty personal, I'm like, look, Adam, I scrapped like most of that workout. Like it's my time of the month. That like that kind of every time I've like been like fully open with you, it's always been met with like if there was ever a doubt to like share something with you, it's always been met like really respectfully and well from you. And like I appreciate that so much because it's like and it's just like positive reinforcement. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can tell Adam like anything. Like really. And like and that just like makes our relationship that much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
Awesome. My pleasure. Do you feel that sharing that kind of detail changes how you approach your next training block, your next race?
Yeah, I mean it just makes me feel like what I'm doing is normal. Like
Okay.
in an abnormal domain of career, it's like, oh, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel shitty coming into this workout. You did do a strength workout yesterday. It shouldn't feel easy. Like just normalizing those feelings is really important to me because it's like I just want to feel like I'm on the right path.
Right.
And I don't feel like I get that a lot from just the career that I'm in,
Right.
right? Like it's hard to gauge sometimes. Now I'm feeling a little bit more confident. But it's like it takes time and like I did feel and then like injuries happen and it's like and you feel like you're just getting like beat to bits sometimes and you're like, wait,
Pinball one thing to the next.
is
Yeah.
it gonna be worth it? Like I don't know. And like nobody knows,
Nobody
right?
knows.
Um so yeah, I think just like having you kind of like remind me of the bigger picture and like normalize my feelings and like just help guide is like so important.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So what would you say to other athletes about being open, honest, communicating regularly?
I think it's really just do it. Like just I mean, you're just another human. Like and but you have so much experience. It's like why wouldn't I try to get every ounce out of you? Like honestly just like get over yourself a little bit.
That's a message to the other end. Everybody
Kind
else.
of like don't be embarrassed if it's like if you like yeah, don't be embarrassed about like, if you failed on that last set
Yeah.
or something. It's like good, like you know where your limit is now. It's like that's just like a barometer for where you will be next week when you finish them. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like
Awesome.
yeah, I
Cool.
think yeah.
Looking back over the season, how do you measure progress beyond just the podiums? You've won two World Cups. Like first year elite, that's not common. Obviously that could be
Hmm.
something that a lot of athletes would take away from the season, but
Yeah.
what are you
Hmm.
how much does that weigh into how you're measuring the progress? And then what other pieces
Yeah.
of the puzzle are you looking at?
It's a tough one because it's like you can't ignore results because that's what we do. It's competition, but yeah, like I'd say I'm pretty equally proud of like, my ninth, my sixth, my seventh result. Like those were like I still tried my hardest. Those were like all I could do. So, sometimes the tracks don't come to play. Sometimes you have a mechanical. Sometimes it's you've had just a shitty week. Like, yeah. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Looking back at the season, how do you measure progress
Oh.
beyond the podiums?
um yeah, I think it's just the more I do it, the easier it gets. And
Okay.
like the less I can stress out in preparation and like the faster I can come down after a race are also like things that I look at. I'm like, oh, like I'm kind of like, yes, the results are like the job, but it's like I'm getting more efficient at doing the job.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Cool. So you like that. So like,
Like the
I would
whole
say that's
week takes less of a toll,
okay.
I find. And that's pretty cool. Like just the travel takes less of a toll. Like I'm just kind of getting used to like the whole thing. And
Mhm.
so it's just getting easier and easier,
Okay.
I find. And when that happens, it's like, well, then you can start to look at the other stuff.
So when each of the other pieces take less bandwidth, you can put more energy into the actual
Yeah. Absolutely.
like on time on the bike.
Yeah. And like,
But then that also becomes easier to you can step into that role into racer Ellie and then step back out of it again.
yeah, just
And
that transition,
yeah,
it's become easier. And it's like, even just like, I don't even have to be on for a whole race day. It's like, I can just turn it on for like 5 minutes leading into the stage. And as soon as I finish, I'm like, I'm out of it again and I can chill.
okay,
And then we can turn it on again. And we can do that 9 times over 2 days. And like, I think the sooner you're able to turn it off, like the sooner you start recovering,
right.
and then you can do it again better each time.
So how big of a factor do you think that whole concept is in your consistency?
Probably up there with like with like eating and like resting and everything else. Like that's huge for me.
Massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, no, headspace is super important. And
Yeah.
I think a big thing this year is like seeing like my diligence become easier with like all the prep. It makes it easier to have fun, which makes it easier to like take it seriously at the same time. Like
Okay.
and the fun and the seriousness just don't have to cancel out anymore.
They
Where I
can they
feel
can
like
both
they can
be present.
coexist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's been big this year.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So compared to a year ago, what feels most different about yourself as an athlete?
There's less metal in me.
There's less. You're lighter because you have less metal.
No,
Um,
I just feel healthier. Like, I mean, last year was like crippling with injuries, and like, it was just one thing after the next. And I feel, I don't know, just like really prideful for like how we handled that, even though it was super hard.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah,
I feel like genuinely, I feel lighter,
yeah.
and like I can just reap the rewards. And like when I reap the rewards, it makes me just want to double down and work harder
Right.
so you can keep doing them.
So for those who might be watching that don't know what we're
Yeah.
talking about, like
Yeah.
you
So
had just almost 2 years almost 2 years ago, like exactly.
yeah,
You had
in France in the Haute Savoie round in September, like yeah, I like just stubbed in 2023 at the end of the year. I basically stubbed my toe so hard on a rock that I broke my whole foot. Like almost every bone in my foot broke. And then I had like a ton of hardware put in there. And then I raced on that for the whole last year's season. And then halfway through last year, I just hit a dumb jump in Liagang or something, and I broke my other ankle. And so I had like one foot full of hardware and one foot that I like if I had to dab, it was gonna be like really painful. So it was like all taped up. And yeah, like there was a few weeks between races where I was like, I couldn't really walk, but I was like spinning and like just trying to ride. And then I got home, my ankle just like magically kind of healed with a little bit of rest. And then crankworks happened, and then I concussed myself with crankworks. And then I had this whole break in August where I couldn't do anything because which was probably for the best because like I just healed and then I was able to race the last couple rounds. But
and win around.
yeah, so I did this venue last year on that was before I came home. So that was
Yeah,
the end of the block where I hurt my other ankle, um, which is just wild.
yeah,
But yeah, so then November last year, I got the hardware taken out of my left foot. Where so that was a full
yeah,
year, almost 2 years now. But
yeah.
and now we're
So
good.
now we're good.
Yeah,
So
really close to
holy,
Sorry.
holy resilience. Like
Yeah,
I think,
no, that was hard.
yeah, tough for sure. That's dealing with more adversity than I think most athletes will deal with in their career, perhaps. But
Yeah, it just felt like a lot because it was just one thing after then another, and then, like, coming into the off season, I was wrecked. I was like, "Why the hell would I put myself through this again?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
We
were
were we were looking at hanging up the shoes.
you were
Yeah.
questioning whether you want to keep going.
Yeah, totally.
So like there's all there's like this kind of cliche thing like, oh, it's always darkest before the dawn, or things like things 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 get bad, things get worse before they get better. Kind
Yeah,
of like case in point here a little bit, isn't it? Like you went
yeah,
from like almost hanging it up to like
yeah,
coming into elite and like bang, 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 top three stages, a
yeah,
win,
yeah,
another win. It's
yeah.
amazing what you can accomplish when you're healthy.
It's amazing. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
wow. Like, I'm still just like, really? That was all it took is like just being healthy. Like, yeah. But
And
just
sticking to the
just
process.
sticking with it,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
And so kind of well, you're really starting to become a leader in the sport. What do you see as fundamentally important values or habits for you to take on that role?
That's a loaded question.
How do you want to show up as a person?
Just as myself.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I don't
so
think
who
it
is that?
I, I don't think it really has to be like postured at all. Like, I think there's a lot of that in sport where it's like you kind of create your persona to the media, but it's like I really feel like I'm just me. And like I say dumb stuff all the time, and I put my foot in my mouth, and I look really not steezy when I'm racing, and like it just like that's just it.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like the fun doesn't have to cancel out the seriousness,
Right.
and that's like just smile.
Yeah.
Like,
So what
yeah,
message would you have for younger riders who are coming up in the sport?
just make sure
Um,
you're enjoying it,
yeah.
which is like so that's not anything new, I don't think, but it's true. Like, so if you're enjoying it, you'll be able to stick it out when it's really hard.
Right.
And if you like, I don't know, like I think as long as you have like the right people around you to like remind you of like why you're here, and why you try so hard and why you care so
Right.
much, like sometimes you can lose the big picture, and if you have the right people, they'll like remind you.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool. So when you think about your long-term path,
yeah.
what are you most excited about with, this consistency and this growth and where you could go?
Um, I don't know. I think it's just like I think I'm kind of just like at the front of just this next wave of Canadian talent, and I think that's really cool because I mean, like I'm not going to be here forever, so it's really just like I'm watching everyone else do it at the same time. I'm like, come on, guys, like we got this.
Yeah.
Like that's really exciting. Um, my plan, like I'll just do it as long as it's fun and
Yeah.
as long as I want to and can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think it's
Cool.
cool.
S-
Like
Speaking of that Canadian wave, like there's a
yeah.
cohort of you, a lot of you have been racing together
Yeah.
since you were juniors. Some of you have split off, switched disciplines, but like,
Yeah.
from like lower mainland, sea to sky, island, like
We got some talent.
there's
Yeah.
some pretty fantastic riders, and you're all such close friends. So a lot of you went to school together before you even started riding bikes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how cool is that to see all of those people coming up at the same time?
It's so special. Like, yeah. Like, I don't know, like I had like Ella McPhee text me
Yeah,
like just the other day, and I was like, no way. Like, I mean, our parents are best friends. They used to work together, and like she lives down the street from me, and yeah, she's gotta go defend the
yeah,
series overall next weekend
yeah,
in XC.
and
And she's like, but like we used to race XC together, and like I've gone to Enduro, and she just is going to school and like doing this, and like her path has been different, and mine has been like all over the place, and it's just like really exciting to like there's like so many examples
Well,
of
Marin
like
Lowe's
Mary
had
and
foreigners,
Lily,
and
yeah, and Hannah and Gaza, and like these girls are just like coming up and like just chomping at the bit, and it's just I don't know, they just get me fired up because
the guys too.
and the guys
You
too,
grew up at
yeah,
Jackson,
yeah,
and
like
then Leaf Rogers got his
yeah.
first podium this weekend. Like,
I think it's just like power in the numbers right now. Like there's something in the water,
yeah.
but
So
like it's really just exciting, and
so
I've been feeling very like patriotic this year, and
yeah,
like very prideful of like the Canadian crew, and we're just crushing it.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's amazing, and
it should be recognized.
it
Like,
should be recognized. Yeah, we're really becoming a force.
yeah,
And I think, certainly when I was coming up, Canada wasn't known as a cycling nation.
yeah,
We've had some success over the years in various disciplines, but like
but
really in
never, yeah,
enduro, mountain bike in general, like it's really happening.
yeah. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's more than just the water, I think.
No, it's also the
But
coaches.
yes. Well, yeah, there's some amazing, very dedicated coaches out there, and more so than ever. I think coaching has
Yeah,
really evolved over the last decade.
I think so too, and
So, and bike parks, and I mean,
yeah.
and I think the culture around cycling has really changed too, and that's kind of helping to kind of rise the tide as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, I think it's just like there's more girls doing it and there's more girls doing it and like again, just like two things that can coexist is like you can be girly and you can friggin' shred. Like and like the more people I see like toe that line, the more excited I
Yeah.
get. And like I think that's really cool.
How is it like being at the front of that and being a role model for all these young girls
Oh,
that
like
are coming up?
it's so sick. Like I mean, I've never really felt like that girly, like just in because I've been like in sports my whole life. But it's like now I want to paint my nails before the race, and now it's like I want to like make sure like my hair looks nice on the podium, and it's like, and that I think it's like funny to like do that stuff and like yeah, just like embrace it because
Yeah.
it's like
You're covered in mud, but doing your hair.
yeah, no, I like fully. I was like curling my eyelashes in the car window before podium in Montreal.
Yeah.
And yeah, I kind of laughed. I was
So do you
like,
feel like as you become more successful, like it's opening you up to just become you and even evolve as a person
yeah,
as well as evolving as an athlete?
yeah.
You
Well,
just
it's
more comfortable in your own skin?
totally. It's like, well, it's just it makes me think like every time like I have a moment where it's like a success and it's like people kind of turn to you like and they want you to say something and it's like well I get the microphone now. That's pretty cool. But it's like yeah, why would I say something that's not like true to
Yeah,
myself? Like I'm just gonna be myself. It's
right.
just
Awesome.
kind of nice to have ears for once. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks so much for it's been a long chat. Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts today. We talked a lot about sport, mindset, your own development as an athlete,
Yeah.
overcoming hardships and building that resilience
Yeah.
and being a role model. I think it's so cool what you're doing.
Exactly. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool what you're doing too.
Oh, thank you. And congratulations again on the World Cup win. That's super huge. We're going to World Championships this week.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Super exciting.
Yeah. And for all of you who have who've been watching, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening to me yap.
Thanks, yeah, thanks for listening to us both ramble and just brain dump about sport. And I hope you're taking away some lessons from this that you can apply to your own riding and sport and mindset. And thanks for joining us, and
Thank you.
I can't wait to do this again soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck at Worlds this weekend.
Thanks, Adam.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.